Overview: ESIDARS, which stands for Elite Scientific Defense and Research Squadron, is an attack team that is set to debut in Ultraman MLV. They are a branch of the US CDF, which stands for United Star Colony Defense Federation. Bases, Vehicles and Weapons. Bases: each branch has a total of 120 bases, which are named using a title followed by a letter from the Greek alphabet and a number, from 1 to 5. While location Alpha 1 is always located on either Earth or Lyrial, all of the other bases are located on one of the star colonies. The Risen Sun, the name for the Japanese bases; Freedom Stronghold, the name for the American bases; the Starlight's Fortress, the name for the Voswinian bases; Serene Citadel, the name for the Rolisican bases. Mechs and Vehicles. Vehicles: Japanese branch, Aerial, ESIDARS Attacker, the primary aerial fighter used by the Japanese branch of ESIDARS. The ESIDARS Attacker is designed to take several hard hits and be able to deal decently heavy damage. Although the ESIDARS Attackers are shown to be highly effective, they also have their disadvantages, one of which being that it can be difficult for pilots to make sudden maneuvers in them. They are most effective in generic combat. ESIDARS Hurricane, the secondary aerial fighter used by the Japanese branch of ESIDARS. The ESIDARS Hurricane is designed to be highly maneuverable and able to deal extremely heavy damage. Although the ESIDARS Hurricane is shown to be highly effective, they also have their disadvantages, one of which being that their durability is considerably behind that of the ESIDARS Attacker. They are most effective in finishing off kaiju quickly. ESIDARS Winger, the tertiary aerial fighter used by the Japanese branch of ESIDARS. The ESIDARS Winger is designed to be very quick, highly maneuverable, and able to deal heavy damage. Although the ESIDARS Winger is shown to be highly effective, they also have their disadvantages, one of which being that their speed and maneuverability is mostly in exchange for their ability to deal large amounts of damage. They are most effective in combat that requires lots of dodging and quick attacks. ESIDARS Raven, the quaternary aerial fighter used by the Japanese branch of ESIDARS. The ESIDARS Raven is designed for stealth missions. It is shown to have the most advanced and powerful cloaking system of any vehicle built by humans in history, being able to become fully invisible and absolutely silent, alongside other things, making it so that even Ultras are unable to locate the aircraft with any of their senses or abilities, with the exception of some Ultras' version of the fluoroscope ray. Intergalactic ESIDARS Booster, the primary intergalactic fighter used by the Japanese branch, ESIDARS Samurai, the secondary intergalactic fighter used by the Japanese branch, ESIDARS Dragon, the tertiary intergalactic fighter used by the Japanese branch. Combined ESIDARS Singularity, a combined fighter configuration formed when an ESIDARS Winger is combined with an ESIDARS Attacker. An ESIDARS Singularity is a jet boasting incredible durability, speed, maneuverability, and firepower. ESIDARS Griffin, a combined fighter configuration formed when an ESIDARS Booster is combined with an ESIDARS Hurricane. An ESIDARS Griffin is a jet boasting incredible speed, maneuverability, and firepower. ESIDARS Blackout, a combined fighter configuration formed when an ESIDARS Raven is combined with an ESIDARS Dragon. An ESIDARS Blackout is a jet boasting incredible stealth, speed, maneuverability, and firepower. ESIDARS Phoenix, a combined fighter configuration formed when an ESIDARS Griffin and an ESIDARS Blackout are combined with an ESIDARS Singularity. An ESIDARS Phoenix is a jet with the traits of all its components. Mobile Bases. ESIDARS Sunrise, the mobile base used by the Japanese branch. The ESIDARS Sunrise is a large spacecraft. At a length of 640 meters and a height of 200 meters, it is the smallest mobile base that is used by ESIDARS. However, despite its smaller size, it has the most durable armor out of the mobile bases. American branch, Aerial, ESIDARS Brawler, the primary aerial fighter used by the American branch of ESIDARS. The ESIDARS Brawler is like the ESIDARS Attacker in that it is designed to take several hard hits and able to deal decently heavy damage. ESIDARS Tornado, the secondary aerial fighter used by the American branch of ESIDARS. The ESIDARS Tornado is like the ESIDARS Hurricane in that it is designed to be highly maneuverable and able to deal extremely heavy damage. Additionally, it has durability comparable to the ESIDARS Attacker. ESIDARS Eagle, the tertiary aerial fighter used by the American branch of ESIDARS. The ESIDARS is the quickest and most maneuverable aerial fighter in any of the entire organization's fleets. Water, ESIDARS Leviathan, a large submarine used by the American branch. Intergalactic, ESIDARS Crusader, the primary intergalactic fighter used by the American branch of ESIDARS. The ESIDARS Crusader is able to enter maneuver mode, enabling phantom aviation. In this state, the ESIDARS Crusader is able to create afterimages and its flight speed is drastically increased. Mobile bases, ESIDARS Freedom, the mobile base used by the American branch. The ESIDARS Freedom is a colossal spacecraft. At a length of 2,380 meters and a height of 670 meters, it is the largest mobile base that is used by ESIDARS. Voswinian branch, aerial, ESIDARS Striker, the primary aerial fighter used by the Voswinian branch of ESIDARS. The ESIDARS Striker is like the ESIDARS Attacker in that it is designed to take several hard hits and able to deal decently heavy damage. ESIDARS Cyclone, the secondary aerial fighter used by the Voswinian branch of ESIDARS. The ESIDARS Cyclone is like the ESIDARS Hurricane in that it is designed to be highly maneuverable and able to deal extremely heavy damage. ESIDARS Falcon, the tertiary aerial fighter used by the Voswinian branch of ESIDARS. The ESIDARS Falcon is like the ESIDARS Winger in that it is designed to be very quick, highly maneuverable, and able to deal heavy damage. Mobile bases, ESIDARS Starlight, the mobile base used by the Voswinian branch. The ESIDARS Starlight is a large spacecraft. At a length of 1870 meters and a height of 480 meters, it is the second smallest mobile base that is used by ESIDARS. Rolisican branch, aerial, ESIDARS Breaker, the primary aerial fighter used by the Rolisican branch of ESIDARS. The ESIDARS Breaker is like the ESIDARS Attacker in that it is designed to take several hard hits and able to deal breaker heavy damage. ESIDARS Thunderbolt, the secondary aerial fighter used by the Rolisican branch of ESIDARS. The ESIDARS Thunderbolt is like the ESIDARS Hurricane in that it is designed to be highly maneuverable and able to deal extremely heavy damage. ESIDARS Hawk, the tertiary aerial fighter used by the Rolisican branch of ESIDARS. The ESIDARS Hawk is like the ESIDARS Winger in that it is designed to be very quick, highly maneuverable, and able to deal heavy damage. Mobile bases, ESIDARS Serenity, the mobile base used by the Rolisican branch. The ESIDARS Serenity is a large spacecraft. At a length of 1980 meters and a height of 560 meters, it is the second largest mobile base that is used by ESIDARS. Mechs, current, Japanese branch, King Joe ESIDARS Custom, originally known as King Joe Storage Custom. King Joe ESIDARS Custom is a mech based on King Joe. It was originally used by an attack team known as Storage, Galactron Omega, a set of two powerful Mechs, both using technology derived from the Galactrons. Imperializer ESIDARS Custom, a mech developed using technology salvaged from Ballistic Imperializer. Imperializer ESIDARS Custom is a highly powerful mech, Titan's EX, a powerful mech using experimental technology. Its main weapon systems include the interchangeable weapon units and the elemental apparatus. American branch, Maelstrom Brawler, a powerful mech designed to fight powerful psychic opponents. Maelstrom Brawler is highly resistant to telekinesis. However, due to its armor being its source of resistance to psychic powers, Maelstrom Brawler has a great lack of ranged energy attacks, forcing its pilots to mainly use brute strength to defeat opponents. 7GAR, a mech which was originally used by Storage. 7GAR was Storage's first mech. When it was still used by Storage, 7GAR lacked any energy attacks, forcing pilots to use brute strength alone against opponents. However, since ESIDARS acquired 7GAR, it has been given additional weaponry, including some energy attacks. Kaiser Galactron, a mech constructed using combat data from King Joe ESIDARS Custom and Galactron Omega Mark I. British branch, Hyper Mechagodzilla, a set of 3 mechas, each based on Mechagodzilla and Godzilla Ryerval. Super Mogera, a set of 3 mechas, each based on the Hyper Mechagodzillas and Mogera. Voswinian branch, Wyndham, a mech which was originally used by Storage. Wyndham was Storage's second mech and a vast improvement over 7GAR. Lyrial Garin, a mech based on the British branch's Hyper Mechagodzilla and Super Mogera units. Former, Japanese branch, Ultroid Zero, a mech designed after Ultraman Zero. Ultroid Zero was armed with the D4 ray. After its construction was revealed to have been crucial in Celebro's plans, Ultroid Zero was forcefully mutated into Destrudos. Ultimately, Destrudos was destroyed during a joint operation between Team MLV, Ultraman Z, and ESIDARS. Due to Ultroid Zero's role in Celebro's plan, the USCDF was quick to give out an order stating that no new Mechs would be allowed to possess the D4 ray. Equipment, standard equipment, firearms, ESIDARS dynamic hyper gun, a gun that's slightly smaller than a real-life pistol in size. By default, the ESIDARS dynamic hyper gun fires an immensely powerful energy bullet that travels at speeds of up to Mach 235, 106 times faster than an average bullet in real life. While a single shot has never been shown killing a fully grown kaiju, they are shown to have an extreme effect on the armor-like hides of an average terrestrial kaiju, weakening the skin across an area larger than the point of impact. ESIDARS Dynamic Hyper Blaster, a medium-sized gun that's about twice the size of a real-life pistol. The ESIDARS Dynamic Hyper Blaster is essentially a scaled-up ESIDARS Dynamic Hyper gun. Uniform ESIDARS Helmet, a compact device that restructures itself into a helmet upon being placed on the back of the head. ESIDARS Jumpsuit, the main part of the uniform, it is made of a mix of metals and special synthetic fibers that can protect the wearer from a variety of biohazards. ESIDARS Dynamic Hyper Rifle, a large-sized gun that's slightly larger than a real-life shotgun. The ESIDARS Dynamic Hyper Rifle is essentially a scaled-up ESIDARS Dynamic Hyper Blaster. ESIDARS Dynamic Hyper Cannon, a large-sized gun that's almost twice the size of a real-life Gatling gun. The ESIDARS Dynamic Hyper Cannon is the largest firearm in ESIDARS's arsenal. Notable members, Japanese branch, Chigusa Kumagai. Chigusa Kumagai is the current supreme commander of the Japanese branch. Koichi Kashimaru. Koichi is a commander of the Japanese branch. When Chigusa decided to allow Team MLV to operate from the Risen Sun location Sigma 1, he was put in charge of supervising said team of elite civilian operatives. Kayami No. 4. Kayami No. 4 is an android who was originally assigned to perform weapons maintenance on King Joe ESIDARS Custom. When Team MLV began operating from the Risen Sun, Kayami chose to greet them in their quarters and, over time, became friends with Team MLV. Trivia: various different aspects of the weapons, vehicles, and methodologies used by ESIDARS are inspired by various attack teams seen in Canon Ultra series. As a whole, the whole organization of ESIDARS draws inspiration from almost every true attack team from the mainstream entries into the Ultraman franchise.